Hello guys, happy I could talk to you all today. So I just wanted to do a project video here. So, you guys also might be wondering why there's a few cats here, and I will explain that to the end of the video. If you guys would love to wait till we get to that. But the main reason for this video is a project, and it's a debate on whether or not World War II was a continuation of World War I. So, now I will explain to you all how a debate works if you guys were wondering or if you guys don't know and are curious. This would be for you. If not, then you can skip a bit ahead in the video and wait for my debate. Also, by the way, I will be the only person debating this since I do have no partner for this. So I will be debating against myself. I know, a bit funny, but it should turn out good. So this is how a debate works. So there are two sides in this debate. There will be a group that says, yes, World War II is a continuation of World War I. And there's a group that says World War II is not a continuation of World War I. So to start with, the first group, which says yes, will get 2 minutes and they will discuss why they say it's yes. Then the group that says no will say why it's no. Then after both sides talk, both teams will get to talk again, except the negative team, or the team that says no, will get to state their rebuttal. And if you guys don't know what a rebuttal is, it's sort of like what the opposing side would say in response to your claims. So the negative team would say why. And then the last team, which is the yes team, will give their rebuttal. And then I'll explain to you guys about the cats. Okay, so time to get to the debate. So starting out with the positive side, for me, I put World War II as a continuation of World War I because they would both hold many similar characteristics such as sides, with Germany still being an enemy of the Allies, and the Allies, for the most part, being the same. Some notable are France, Great Britain, Russia, the US, and more. It is also mainly fought in Europe, just like the first. Both were also great travesties and caused many lives to be lost. Many effects of the World War I, such as the Treaty of Versailles, new ideologies and beliefs, League of Nations start and fail, and the collapse of everything politically, socially, and economically were all causes, or at least reasons, for World War II. So that was the side that says yes. That was their opening statement. So the side that says no says World War II is not a continuation of World War I because they did not really fight or mean the same thing. World War I is somewhat a dispute that got out of hand. That being the Archduke of Austria-Hungary was assassinated by someone in Serbia. Serbia did not want to turn them over. Then Austria-Hungary goes to war with them. And Russia gets involved, and then Germany, and then France, you have Turkey, you have Great Britain, and then eventually the US comes in, and then it just turns into a whole big mess. World War II started by new ideas that occur in the Interwar Period, and if you guys don't know what the Interwar Period is, that is the time in between World War I and World War II, which is 1918 to 1939. And then it escalates to wanting to control the world and Lebensraum. Lebensraum means living space in German. And this is all by the Axis powers. So, those were both sides' opening statements. Now we shall go to the negative side's rebuttal, which is sort of their You know, I already explained it. It's their reason why they say all this stuff and what the opponent might say to combat these reasons. So, the keyword mania is not exactly covered in World War II. It mainly covers the parts of militarism and alliances. Those are the two main parts that really are covered in World War II, not necessarily nationalism. There is no assassination. And imperialism's already been, for the most part, dealt with. The second point is the people were a lot more involved in World War II than World War One, because the people had to more of defend themselves. You know, lots more. You could sort of say nationalism. Then I might go back on that, but I don't think it's as much nationalism. But you could possibly debate that or not. There were many changes to the side, such as Italy moving from the Allies in World War One and to the Axis in World War Two, because Italy used to be an ally and then turned to Axis for World War Two. Also, Russia stayed on the Allies instead of going neutral like it did in World War One, and the reason why it went neutral in World War One was because of the what was it called? The assassinations of the Romanovs, I believe. I'm fairly sure that was it. I forget what they. I'm not sure if it was called the Russian Revolution or not. But if you guys know what it's called, please leave a comment, because I can't remember it exactly, and I would love to know. Thank you guys if you do. The next point was many of the central powers also got completely changed with borders and regulations, so it was a completely different ball game. So it wasn't really the same, because you had Germany lose a lot of its area, you had Austria-Hungary get completely separated. It became a bunch of different places like Austria and Hungary, as we about know it today. World War II was not really the main. It was not really mainly fought in Europe. It also had many fights that were out of Europe, mainly in the Pacific Ocean, with Japan and the US. Those are some of their bigger fights. So that is the end for the rebuttal for the negative side. Now, for the positive side, both sides' feelings and emotions did not exactly change in between the wars, which, yeah, they were both feeling about the same. Many of the same effects from World War One led to World War II causes. All of those were previously, or some of them at least, were previously mentioned in the positives starting argument. The third point is they were both big wars and they had many similar starts and ends, like one after another country declares war on each other due to the alliance factor. And then nothing from World War II could have happened without World War II or World War One starting it off. So essentially, World War One did start part of World War II. And now for the final summaries. For the positive side, World War II is a continuation of World War One because it made a story. It was a long story to follow, and this story is history. Both are part of history. They could be continued from each other because of history. So history is essentially the main reason for everything. Everything that happens in history stays in history, sort of. So that is the reason why I would say yes, that it's a continuation, but the reason why I would say no is because it's not really a continuation, because they weren't really fueled by the same things and they concluded sort of differently. Truly, they really just aren't the same. So that's the end of the discussion. Now, if you want to know about the cats, this is my calendar actually. See, I'll try and show you guys. There we go. So you see this is sort of my calendar here for 2019 to 2020, I believe. Or maybe this is just the end of 2019. Anyway, So, yeah, my calendar is cats, and I wanted to show you guys something, so I'm like, why not just give you guys some cats? Hope you guys enjoy the little bonus cats to join in, and hope you guys liked the video. Hope it was educational. Hope everything was right, at least. That's the most important part. And yeah, see you guys later. Have fun. Bye.